when Alex Lifeson remarked that, "Without Neil Peart, it can never be Rush." He wasn't indulging nostalgia or protecting sentimentality. He was drawing a sharp line between legacy and reproduction, between a band that evolved naturally over 4 decades and the idea of simply finding a drummer who can execute the notes. For Lifeson, Rush was never just a musical format. It was a rare chemistry, held together by Peart's presence as a drummer, lyricist, and creative anchor. His statement was less a refusal to move forward and more a declaration of integrity. The essence of Rush is not transferable. Yet this conviction becomes far more intriguing as Rush prepares for the 2026 50-something tour, with Anika Nilles behind the kit. On the surface, her involvement could seem like a contradiction. If Rush cannot be Rush without Peart, why bring in a new drummer at all? But the choice of Nilles reveals something deeper. Lee and Lifeson are not attempting to replace Peart. They are acknowledging that no one can. Instead, they are choosing a drummer whose technical mastery and creative sensitivity allow the music to be honored rather than mimicked. Nilles is not stepping into Peart's shoes. No one could. She is stepping into a role built on respect, precision, and interpretation. And crucially, her involvement reportedly carries the blessing of Peart's family, which adds emotional legitimacy to an already delicate decision. Still, the situation raises important questions. Does performing Rush's music without Peart dilute the band's identity? Or does it keep the legacy alive in a thoughtful, meaningful way? Lifeson himself hinted that any post-Peart activity must be fundamentally different from what Rush used to be. This tour may be exactly that. Not a resurrection, not a replacement, but a reinterpretation. The presence of Nilles forces fans, and perhaps even the band, to confront the tension between authenticity and evolution. If the performances capture the spirit of the music without attempting to impersonate Peart, the tour could redefine what it means to preserve a legacy. But if it leans too heavily on nostalgia without emotional truth, Lifeson's assertion that Rush cannot be Rush without Neil will echo even louder. Ultimately, the 2026 tour exists in the fragile space between homage and reinvention. And that may be exactly why it matters. Not as a continuation of Rush, but as a respectful acknowledgement that some legacies endure precisely because they cannot be replicated.